Hi, I'm Chantel Cohen, and in the spirit of Mother's Day, we decided to film outside, and I asked my wonderful son Jordan to join me because he has a business, you guys, and I want to support it because I'm his mom, and that's what moms do. And he's my baby son, and Jordan is 16 years old, and come on guys, you gotta support a young entrepreneur. We are outside, so you guys are gonna hear a little bit of noise, but we're just gonna keep it moving. We got a beautiful chime, you may hear that. Just take it all in. It's spring, and so let's begin. I wanna ask Jordan a few questions about his business so that you all can get to know what he does, and maybe even, go to his website or go to his Instagram page, his Instagram page, and check it out. So, Jordan, tell the audience about your business.
Well, this vintage / thrifting business started about, I'd say like a year and a half ago, when I saw that my best friend Ben was finding all these clothes from the 90s that he would sell for literally like $8. Literally $8, and he would make maybe like $3 off it, profit. And I would notice that the market was rising and that prices were starting to go up for vintage clothing, and I realized that there was more money to be made. Definitely
Good.
A lot more money to be made.
Good. So you saw that there was opportunity, and that Ben was, I don't think Ben's doing this any longer, but he wasn't taking advantage of market demand and market prices. He wasn't, I guess his product wasn't keeping pace with what the market was charging or what the customers were willing to buy, really.
Yeah, he would mostly sell to his close friends at school and supply them with very cheap prices for super cool clothes.
Okay.
And so I had the idea to provide good picture taking, editing, storage for all the clothes, and he provided the platform of the Instagram page.
Okay.
And from there it just
kind of took
grew.
off.
Yeah.
And can I just brag about my son just a little bit? He's going to be embarrassed, but Jordan bought a sewing machine. He does a lot of his own sewing. Some things I guess are more valuable. I'm starting to learn a little bit about the business myself. Not much. He's the expert. I don't have anything to do with the business at all. Like Jordan does all the shipping. He has how many 5-star ratings do you have?
I think like 115 maybe on Grailed.
Yeah, 115 on Grailed. And then he has the is it Grailed?
Grailed.
Grailed.
Like ED at the end.
Grailed. Sorry, you guys. I told you I don't know as much. Kind of being a mom here. Okay, Grailed. Like as soon as Jordan gets an order, he rushes to get everything ready, and so he's already made all the repairs. He taught himself how to sew. Like even if I have something that I need to have sewn, Jordan does it for me. And so he has everything repaired, but some things I guess are more valuable if they've got those little holes and things like that, right?
Yeah, distressing adds value sometimes, but for pieces that I like to wear daily, I try to repair them.
Okay. Okay, do you repair the ones that you sell sometimes too?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. But sometimes I guess those go out, but he as soon as he gets the order, he gets it out within 24 hours. We used to really hate that because Jordan just got his driver's license, and so we'd have to drive him to the post office, which I did not like. But I really admire the fact that he wanted to make sure that he got things out very, very quickly. So we know what you sell. I'd love for the audience to be able to see a few of these, Jordan. Let's see if I can grab a few. I'm trying not to leave the camera frame too much. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Sorry about that.
It's fine.
Here are some. This is really awesome. Jordan and I have a movie list, and we watch tons of movies from all sorts of different times. Jordan just watched Scarface, but we've seen all the Godfather series. We've seen Shawshank, Cool Hand Luke, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, all these really cool movies, anything Tarantino.
Yeah.
So anyway, Here's one that he really loves, 2001 Space Odyssey.
That's a pretty rare one. That's probably the only one out of here that's actually from the early 2000s.
Oh, it is from the 2000s?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, because most of them are...
Yeah, most of them are all 90s, but that one, any 2001 Space Odyssey shirt is very hard to find.
It is? Okay.
Yeah. And so that one was just one that I had to have in the collection. And this is another movie shirt.
Yeah, Fear and Loathing. And so I think what happens is like you look at the stitching, you look at the labels, and it's also how ubiquitous, or I shouldn't use that word because you tell me not to use words like that, how available it is, how many, if they're hard to find, then that means that it costs more.
Yeah. And this is another movie shirt. This one's very rare. It's from the 80s. It's probably the only 80s one I have out here.
Clockwork Orange. Another Stanley Kubrick film, which Jordan's a big fan of Stanley Kubrick. You've also seen Full Metal Jacket, all that, right?
Yeah.
Then he's also got, why don't you hold this, baby? And then I'll grab the others.
I'll show the music ones.
You want to show the music ones? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to hold any?
No. So this is a Wu-Tang piece from, I think, like the mid-90s. Definitely a cool one.
Yeah. Jordan also listens to all this music as well. We've got some Doors, Pink Floyd. He listens to that as well.
This is probably the rarest shirt and the most expensive shirt that I own.
The Wu-Tang?
Yeah, the Wu-Tang one.
Wow, that's the most. When's it from?
This one, I'm pretty sure, was a promo for the Cream song when it came out. I think it came out, I think early 90s, like 92, 93, I think.
Wow.
But yeah, this one's
really, really cool. I went to, 2 weeks ago, you guys, I was in LA, and we went to the Melrose flea market, and it's right on the corner of Melrose and Fairfax, and it was first thing I realized when I was there, I was with a friend, and we realized we were the oldest people there. Everybody was like super cool. They were all wearing vintage t-shirts. Everything there was like vintage. Like I found a couple of t-shirts for Jordan, I think. It was Pink Floyd, right? They were asking like $300 for those, $200. I mean, it's kind of amazing, this kind of business around finding vintage shirts. Jordan goes out almost every single weekend looking for shirts. So whenever I go somewhere, I'm always trying to find shirts for him as well that he can sell.
Well, the market has also risen. Just in the past 6 months, you can see an insane rise.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I think that this shirt cost around on eBay around $70. Jordan was able to secure it. And what we know is that on other platforms like, I guess as well as on eBay and
eBay, Grailed,
even
Instagram,
that these oftentimes will go for $200-300, and really the market dictates what someone will pay based upon how hard it is to find, what year, and actually who's on it. So it's really interesting. I'm learning again more and more about how valuable these t-shirts are. I will tell you that my wonderful son, we have a funny story where he asked me to buy him some socks, and I'm like, I am always buying stuff for you, and I was complaining. I'm like, you should buy your own socks. And he says to me, he goes, Mom, you haven't had to buy me any clothing in like 2 years. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Why am I complaining about these socks? Jordan is such a little entrepreneur. He actually is an entrepreneur. He makes his own money. He does his own thing. I'm really proud of that. This one is really, really cool. Jordan.
Yeah, I'll talk about that.
Okay, talk about this one.
This one is a very rare 1992 Jerry Garcia basketball Lithuania jersey from when the Grateful Dead, I think, sponsored. Yeah, they sponsored the Lithuania team.
Yeah.
For the Olympics in 1992 and 96.
So these are really, really hard to get, and I think some of them are more valuable than others, right, Jordan?
Yeah, I actually got this one for a steal, but I've seen these going for like 500 to 700.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. This is the mother load, right?
Yeah,
this
that's
right
probably
here.
One of my favorite ones.
This, even though it has some holes in it, it's Pink Floyd.
1992.
1992. I can't tell you what I was doing in 1992. I was living in LA and life was good. Anyway, what does it say? The delicate sound of thunder. But this one is really, really hard to find. Pink Floyd in general, it feels like Pink Floyd and the Dead, a lot of their, and Wu-Tang, right? They're the three biggies.
I mean, I just brought those out here because those are interests of mine. I wouldn't say those are like the biggest ones.
Oh, really?
I just collect stuff that interests me and that I like to wear.
Okay.
But Wu-Tang, Pink Floyd, all of that stuff does go for... People look for that stuff.
Well, it's really awesome. I will tell you also, guys, we're only going to show you a few more. But if you're somebody who's looking for vintage t-shirts that are in good condition, you're looking for a fast delivery service, that is Jordan, and at a competitive price. I highly recommend that you subscribe to his Instagram page. What's your Instagram page, Jordan?
It's at Doghouse Vintage. It's all one word.
But dog, so it's at DOG House, and vintage is VTG. At Doghouse Vintage. DOGHOUSE VTG. At Doghouse Vintage.
And the shirts that we sell are for people who want to add some character to their style.
Yeah.
Really. Each piece comes with its own story. Each hole, each fade has its own story to tell. And I think that I'd much rather be wearing something that I'm never going to see anyone else wearing on the street ever, compared to something you can buy at Urban Outfitters that they make thousands of reprints of.
Yeah, that's a good
point.
point.
And Urban Outfitters isn't like sustainable. Like vintage is good for the environment. It's reusing clothes.
Oh wow, I didn't even think about that.
And yeah, it's just a good way to upgrade your style.
Yeah, I like that. Upgrade your style. Here's one of my faves. Jordan has had me listening to much more rock these days. I always, and people don't throw hate at me, I always said I did not like Pink Floyd, even though I know I'm holding a Doors shirt. Jordan has played enough Pink Floyd for me where I'm convinced that they are the greatest band of all time. You Led Zeppelin fans, you Beatles fans, we don't want to hear from you. We do believe that Pink Floyd is the greatest band of all time. We also love the Doors, a lot of Doors being played around the household. It's really interesting. I play a lot of R&B. Jordan plays hip hop and old school rock. And then my other son plays country and hip hop. And then Sophia doesn't listen to much music, huh?
No.
And then Dad does a lot of alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to bring all the Erykah Badu, the, all sort of the Jill Scott.
Yeah.
Another just really quick story is like I kept trying to get Jordan to listen to Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, and he wouldn't listen to it until his friend Ben played him some Erykah Badu. And suddenly Erykah became, she was the joint. I was hearing Erykah blasting from his room. I was hearing Jill Scott. But, I don't know what it is. If mothers like something, it just isn't cool anymore. So anyway, thank you, Ben, for helping him listen to old school R&B. Here's another wonderful shirt. And guys, these are the last two we're going to show you. This is Reservoir Dogs. Again, you know that we watch a lot of movies in our household. We have movie nights. And so Jordan collects a lot of vintage.
There's actually a story with this one, is that when I bought it, there was actually writing. Someone had Sharpied in, not. So it's, let's not go to work. And for pieces like this, where even like a Reservoir Dogs tee is pretty hard to find. And so I will actually send it to a tailor.
Oh, I forgot you did that.
And they'll do like patchwork sort of, I forgot what it's called, but they'll cover up the stuff.
Yeah, so that it
Sharpie.
doesn't, yeah, that's great. I forgot that Jordan found this person all on his own. Jordan does all the photography. He does all that stuff. I mean, it's kind of amazing. Here's our last one, you guys. Thanks for listening to all this too. This one is beautiful. This is Grateful Dead. It's really awesome. It's good old Grateful Dead. It's beautiful. This is another Lithuanian, right? Isn't it for the Olympics?
No.
Yeah, it is. He has
I mean, it's for the Olympics, but it doesn't have the Lithuania coloring or anything. So I just think it was like an Olympics promo. But I might be wrong.
Anyway, so you can see Jordan washes them. He irons them, gets them all ready. He either sends them to the tailor or does the sewing himself. Again, guys, if you want fast delivery, if you want something that's in really great condition, I highly recommend that you go to Grailed. And is it on Grailed?
Okay, Grailed actually has started to die out.
Oh, it has? Okay.
I'd say just Instagram is the best
Go
platform.
to Instagram, but if you want to see his reviews, go to Grailed. But if you want to, he prefers that you go to Instagram. Again, at Doghouse Vintage. Give a shout out to me if you want. Anyway, buy lots of things for my kid. Thank you so much for your attention to this. Thank you so much for supporting my entrepreneur. And I will see you next time. I am Chantel Cohen. This is my wonderful son, Jordan, and I hope you become one again.